look for the free report, Crisis Cooling, how to make absolutely sure your meat, milk, and medicines stay safe and cool in any power outage. Yours free at mysolarbackup.com.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office?
Seems like everyone's looking for BOGOs these days, but only Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens goes the BOGO one better. A mix and match BOGO on a whole bunch of your favorites. Just listen. Mix and match honeysuckle, hibiscus, Hawaiian Thai, shooting star, oleander, a whole lot more, all in the big number 4 size. You mix them and you match them. You buy one, you get one free. That's this week at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. How about those crotons? They're perfect for fall, and the regular price is $12.99, but just $9.99 this week at Bob Wine's. Those orange bird of paradise are bursting in bloom. Not $49.99, just $39.99, and you've just got to see them. This week, head on over to Bob Wine's for fresh herbs starting at just $1.99. Check the ad. Head to Bob Wine's on Southeast 38th Street in Ocala, daily till 4, Saturdays till 3, in the same blooming location since 1952.
Dance Alive National Ballet presents Phantom, A Tale of Obsession, on Saturday, October 30th at 2 p.m. and at 7:30 p.m. at the Curtis M. Phillips Center for the Performing Arts in Gainesville. It is a world of love and obsession. Good versus evil, the classic love triangle. What better for Halloween? Funding is provided in part by Visit Gainesville, Alachua County. A grant from the City of Gainesville Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs Department. Details and ticket information at dancealive.org.
Hey there, I have a question for you. Is your roof asphalt and does it look like it needs replacement? Did you get quotes and were you in sticker shock? Would you like to save not hundreds, but thousands of dollars? Did you call RoofMax? Well, call RoofMax with their patent-pending technology, which can add years to your roof without needing to replace it. And it's easy. You just pick up the phone for a free quote. Plus, they use state-of-the-art satellite technology to measure your roof. So, if your roof is over 7 years old, then you should call RoofMax today at 352-639-2777. That's 352-639-2777.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY only $4.99. Plus DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Fine Arts of Ocala's 54th Art Festival is back. Mark your calendar for October 23rd to 24th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. 151 artists from around the country will compete for $27,000 in awards. Enjoy live music on 2 stages, chairs for relaxing, food trucks, children's activities presented by the Appleton Museum, and so much more. And it's all free. Admission, parking, children's art projects, and live entertainment. Fine Arts for Ocala, and a fun outing for the entire family. Don't miss out. Again, that's October 23rd to 24th from 10 to 5 each day. Presenting sponsor, Palm Chevrolet.
It's Monday. Not sure how you did it, but you actually survived an entire 2 days without hearing from Tom. Good job to you. And once again, good luck.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Monday. Big weekend over the weekend that we had just now with college football, professional baseball, the NFL. But it was a pretty big Friday night, too. Galen, you know, from Lifestyle Choices, brought to you by Palm Garden. They're located at 2700 Southwest 34th Street. They offer skilled nursing, physical, occupational, and speech therapy. If you have any questions how Palm Garden is handling the COVID-19 pandemic, give them a call, 352-854-6262. We'd also like to thank Penn Flooring, family-owned and operated, serving Marion County for over 30-plus years. Penn Flooring is a full-service flooring company dedicated to finding the best solution for your flooring needs, having both experience in both commercial and residential flooring. Go see their amazing showroom at 1201 Southwest 17th Street here in Ocala, or give them a call at 352-351-3420. And also, we'd like to thank Just Ship. They flipped the script on shipping. Before, you had to have your item. You had to buy the wrapping. You had to find the box. You had to find the bubble wrap, the tape. Then you had to do all the process of getting it ready for postage. Then you had to go stand in line at the UPS store or the post office, wasting not only your time but your money. Now let Just Ship do that for you. Just Shipped. They come out to you for a small pickup fee plus postage. They do all the packaging of your item. They pay for the tape, the boxes, the wrap. They do all of that. Plus, they go stand in line at the post office, the UPS store, saving you money and time. And we know time is money, so you save money all around by going to justshipped.net. Galen, big weekend in sports, but this weekend in prep sports, pretty big as well, as almost every team in our area wins their football games. Vanguard won, Bellevue won, North Marion won, OCA wins, Forest wins their homecoming game, Denellen wins. There were just wins all over the county.
Yeah, Westport's still trying to get a win, but Bellevue, had a real easy game against a Pasco team that they had 25 players. That's not good for a 6A school at the varsity level. But Brady Ackerman's is playing well, and this week they take on Vanguard for the district title, and it's probably the biggest game in the last 15 years for Bellevue, the first meaningful game for Bellevue in probably 15 years.
Well, I've been here. I've been in this town.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I've been in this town and lived here since 2008. So I've been here 13 years. I've been involved with radio since 2009, prep sports since 2009 in this area. I don't ever remember a Bellevue game that I've looked forward to as much as I'm looking forward to this one Friday night at Booster Stadium against Vanguard.
Yeah, and again, I think when you look at it on paper, it's really against Bellevue's offense and Vanguard's defense. Vanguard's defense is elite. You look at their defensive end, Jalen Williams, who transferred.
What do you mean elite, Galen? What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't understand elite. Just because they've held 5 of their last 6 opponents to either single-digit scores or no scores whatsoever?
Yeah, they're pretty good, and again, they've got some talent on that team, and it's really up to Bellevue's defense to just keep it close enough for Brady Ackerman to figure out how to score against this team.
Lecanto, the team that Vanguard beat 40-6. I know their record's not as good as Bellevue's at 3-4, 0-2 in conference, but they did enter the game averaging 30 points a game. They were held to 6.
Yeah, that's right, and it's a common opponent for both of them. And Bellevue boat raced
Lecanto,
the
yes.
same as Lecanto. So again, it's going to be interesting. Brady's got a lot of confidence. I know that Vanguard team pretty well. I've known Jalen Williams a long time, and he's probably the best defensive end in the county right now. It's just an absolute stud coming from the defensive side of the football. But they're good. That secondary of Vanguard's probably better than anybody else's in the county, but their front 7 is arguably the best in the state.
Yes. Yeah. That front 7, that defensive line and linebackers, it's the best I've ever seen at Vanguard, and I've only 13 seasons, so I've missed quite a bit of Vanguard's history, but it's the best I've seen in 13 seasons. And by the way, Edwin Farmer, the head coach at Vanguard, is known as a defensive coach. He played linebacker at Vanguard. He had his son Ty play linebacker at Vanguard. So this is a very defensive-oriented team, and this is the best defense that I've seen this Vanguard team roll out since I've been here in town. And the thing is, we talk about Vanguard's defense, we talk about Bellevue's offense. Bellevue scored 4 touchdowns on defense this year, believe it or not.
Yeah, they sure have, and a lot of that, though, is just they played some terrible teams. The Williston team was pretty terrible. The Pasco was terrible.
58-6, they beat Pasco this weekend.
We'll see, Tom. We'll see. Bellevue hasn't been tested like this. But then you could say, okay, Vanguard hasn't been tested like this, and I would probably agree with that.
It's going to be a good foot. Do you expect to have a Forest Vanguard type turnout for this game?
Well, there's hype videos going around for Bellevue. We haven't had a really good Forest Vanguard game in years because Forest just hasn't been competitive.
We hadn't had a real good,
So-
except for when Craig Damon, right before Craig Damon left North Marion, we hadn't had a good Vanguard versus anybody game, really. Let's be honest.
Dunellen.
Well, yeah, Dunellen, that's
the
right.
last 2 years.
Price Harris, yeah, Dunellen. But, okay, yeah,
I mean,
you're right,
Dunellen went to the
Dunellen.
booster and beat him twice.
I forgot about Dunellen, you're right. I forgot about Dunellen, you're right.
And North Marion, and you're right, North Marion's their biggest rivalry now. But let's see if Brady and Bellevue, and Brady's really tapped into that Bellevue community to trying to rally the troops, and let's see how they respond. Let's see how they do in a big game situation.
Well, let me ask you this. Is there anybody on the radio that I'm talking to now that will be at this game?
Well, I'll be, we'll be broadcasting live. I'm still waiting for permission from Coach Budnick, but I've never been denied permission, so I definitely think we'll be there live. Pre-game's at 7, kickoff is at 7:30. I'll be joined with John Ivory, an alumni at Bellevue, and he's losing his mind this week. I mean, he's been texting me all day, all night, about what he thinks will work against this Vanguard team. Should be fun.
I'm going to be honest with you. If I had to handicap this game, and I know that you shouldn't do this stuff like this, but if I had to handicap this game, Vanguard's a 17-point favorite going into this game.
Well, I got them by 14, and I'll take the under on this game. But it's going to be fun. You never know how high school kids are going to react. I think it's homecoming for Vanguard. So, yeah.
It's going to be a good football.
I'll find out more from my son if there's any hype at Vanguard.
I just don't think – I think everybody thinks it's going to be a good football game. And I think Bellevue is I think they're a good football team, and they played their schedule and beat the people they were supposed to beat the way they're supposed to beat them because of the schedule making. I think that reality sets in this Friday night, and Brady Ackerman will, and Brady will use this as a litmus test on where he's at. He'll see where he's at.
And again, Brady's got some offensive weapons. It's just whether or not he can get them open. And again, whether their defense can hold Vanguard to keeping it close. There's a lot of storylines for this game.
There's a bunch of storylines for this game. And now, while I'll see Vanguard winning this football game, I would not be shocked if Brady Ackerman figures out a way to keep it. And if Bellevue's close in the fourth quarter, then who knows what happens. If this game Vanguard gets out and gets up big early, that's what I think will happen. But if Bellevue sticks around and their defense is able to play good, their offense is able to get movement up and down the field against this Vanguard defense, and Bellevue keeps it close, well then in the fourth quarter, who knows who wins this football game?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Tom. That is exactly right. Bellevue's got to keep it close, and Vanguard may play really tight if it's close, and they're asking their sophomore quarterback Fred Gaskins to make a play. Is that offensive line capable of doing that? That offensive line for Vanguard is it's terrible.
I heard somebody this weekend say, the problem is it's a first-year head coach at Bellevue, and he's still getting his legs under him. And I go, who are you talking about? And they go, well, the head coach, and obviously they didn't know Brady. They just, reading the paper and everything. They go, well, the guy, that Ackerman guy that's there, it's his first year, as the head coach there. Edwin Farmer's got much more experience than he does. I mean, if it comes down to coaching, you got to go with the Vanguard coach. And I go, you do realize the coach at Bellevue has college coaching experience. He's coached with Dana Holgerson, that a big-time football coach. He's coached at college programs for years. You do realize that, right? He goes, well, Edwin Farmer still got more experience at the high school level. People are saying that I've literally had this conversation with 3 or 4 people that think Vanguard, another Vanguard advantage is that Edwin Farmer has more coaching experience, and that the newbie at Bellevue might get out coached. And I'm like, do you people even know who the hell the coaches are in this county?
Yeah, I don't buy that argument.
No,
I do buy.
I've seen Farmer get out coached too many times.
Yeah, I've seen that too. I've seen that firsthand. But the kids at Vanguard have played in bigger games.
Certainly.
There's no doubt about that.
No doubt about that.
So again, I think it's going to be fun. I think it's a big game for this county. First big game of the year. Let's see how they all respond. Let's see how the kids respond this week. And more importantly, we'll see how the coaches respond, because that's always fun.
It's always a good time. And look, Brady Ackerman's team's going to be ready. Don't think for a minute Coach ain't going to have his team. And, yeah, I know I call him Coach because I've known him for a long time. Don't think he's not going to have his team ready to play. Now, does he have can he match up with Vanguard's talent? That remains to be seen. Can his kids play in a game that they may think is, bigger than anything they've been involved with before? That remains to be seen. But from a coaching standpoint, it's a wash in my eyes in the coaching standpoint.
Yeah, and I think this is the first game you can legitimately say that Bellevue's the dog in.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt, they're the underdog here. Without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah. So, let's see. Let's see how they respond. Going on the road to Booster Stadium is always fun. It's by far and away the best facility in Marion County for football. The field will be perfect. The crowd, there'll be, maybe 1,000 people hanging on the fence. That's when you know it's a big game. And hopefully the Vanguard basketball team can make some money parking cars.
Well, there's going to be a lot of cars to park, pal. There's going to be a lot of cars to go. It's going to be one of the most wanted tickets in.
We'll see.
Matter of fact,
we'll see. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's true. I think the Dunellen game earlier this year. We'll see. I have something to compare it to.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna be honest with you.
We'll see.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I may make an appearance at this game.
Oh, that would be something.
I may make an appearance at this game. Just walk out on the field, Butnick. What are you doing? The radio guys are already here. No. That's the B team. The A team's coming to watch.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Yeah. Tell Ivory he's part of the B team. Just let him know. B team.
Yeah, he knows that already.
Oh, but I look forward.
I do love Booster Stadium. It's got a great cell signal.
Booster, look.
I've got my own little box that was
if
made
they
for
would,
my
if
car.
they would, if they would.
You didn't know that, did you?
I do know that. If they would come through, if they would come through with all the, have they finished all the renovations they promised at Booster? Exactly. And there's the issue.
Have they ever started?
That's the better question, because there were supposed to be a lot of renovations come to Booster, and they hadn't even started them yet. And Booster still.
The scoreboard still doesn't work.
Right.
The scoreboard doesn't work. And it's arguably over the last 5 years, 6 years, it's been the most consistently high-performing high school in the state, and they can't get a scoreboard that works. They haven't spent a dime. They haven't spent a dime on the facilities of Booster Stadium since the 70s.
No. And here's the thing. There's 137 different varieties of weed on the field.
No, the grass, the Booster Stadium's field is the best in the county because it's old. It's old. It drains fantastically. No. I'm not going to allow you to get away with that.
Oh, it's got terrible grass. Terrible grass.
It's a perfect field. It's a perfect field.
Terrible grass.
Perfect field. The same grass I played on. That's the problem.
Well, and therein lies the issue.
Perfect.
You know who has a great set of facilities, in my estimation, but they.
Hawthorne?
No. Westport. Westport has a great group.
No, I will completely disagree with you on that, in that field is an absolute death trap. It was so bad last year, they closed it because 4 guys got hurt because there's massive holes in it.
Well, what happened? Because it was 5-6 years ago. 5-6 years ago, it was a great field. I don't know. I hadn't covered
Again,
football.
I'll tell you exactly what happened. I'll tell you, and nobody in Marion County, they don't put any money into their sports parks. You know, that's a bottom line, Tom. It starts there and ends
Well,
there.
how do you do that? How do you
go
justify that, school board, when you're getting kids injured then?
Well, that's the whole thing. It's terrible. You know, I know that Westport would love to have a turf field. That's just never going to happen, ever, under any circumstance.
No.
Will that happen? Because you know why? They won't give the money for it.
No, of course not. We're not giving the money for it.
And you know, you're getting back to Booster Stadium. Private money has been promised before. It just falls apart.
The field house is terrible.
Well, it's terrible being nice to terrible.
Yeah, you're right. You're entirely
closing
correct.
locker room. There was a lightning storm one game, and the coach walked in there and said, "No, I can't sit in here during the lightning storm." And so they went and sat on their buses.
Yeah.
You know, they took the kids to the bus.
They have to come fully dressed to these games.
Absolutely. Oh, it's atrocious.
It's ridiculous.
It's so bad.
But they do have
so
one of the
bad.
They do have one of the best concession areas of all of the county.
Here that's exactly right. Their concession stand, quality of food, taste of food.
Oh,
better
amazing!
than anything else.
Whoever the booster club is that does the food and everything, top notch.
The Vanguard Booster Club,
Top notch.
started by Mr. Yancey. He's the one who put all those facilities in there. Papa Yancey, because his sons were at Forest, right, and Ocala Forest, and they haven't changed since then.
Top
He used
notch.
to make this pepper sausage dog, and he'd see me coming. He goes, because I would get there early, and he'd give me the first one he made.
There you go.
And I would thank him every time because he was just a great dude.
It's just
what a great guy he was.
But Booster's one of those. The thing Booster reminds me of is when I played high school football, because it's exactly the same way as in the '80s.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And it is.
The press box is
Marion
horrendous.
County. When you,
The press box is
I
horrendous.
think that I disagree with you there.
No. The view is fantastic. The fact that you may get electrocuted at any moment from one of the outlets or something is what I'm
They
saying.
did all that. They had a Boy Scout that redid all the electricity.
Oh, he did. That's right. He did his Eagle Scout thing. He did his Eagle Scout thing.
Right.
That's right. I forgot about
the
that.
Booster Stadium is the best press box in the county, except for Dunellen because they have two.
Yeah, Denellen has one on each side of the football field. I think the best. I think the best home bleachers is Bellevue.
No,
I love those big
I don't
concrete
like the rock.
bleachers.
But
that's because
you like Westport. Westport's got the exact same thing.
But that's because in Georgia, all stadiums are built like that because 20,000 people come to football games.
And I will tell you, Westport's they've got a great press box.
Westport's press box. Westport's press box is really, really good. And by the way, the air conditioning works in there.
And if I've never turned it on because I can't stand the sound.
And can we agree on this? That the worst press box and the worst place in all is North Marion High School?
No, it's Forest High School. It's not even close. It's Forest.
But because of the big pieces of column that are in your way in Forest.
Correct.
Yeah.
I don't mind North Marion.
But it's air conditioned. North Marion's terrible. It's horrible.
What is up with you and air conditioning?
Because it's hot in Florida.
Oh my God! It's not like you could turn it on.
Another drawback of the Forest press box though, Paquin. Can we just go ahead and say that?
That is absolutely fair.
Can we say that?
That's fair.
Right there.
But then I got Rob Jordan. There's aren't many good ones. I really do. I am partial to Vanguards when Larry Fuqua used to do the games.
Yeah. Larry used to. Him and his brother Rusty were huge boosters of Vanguard. Rusty no longer with us. Tragically taken. Rusty no longer with us. Tragically taken through the COVID epidemic.
Sure was, but
that was a sad day for Vanguard football. The Fuquays, no bigger fan than the Fuquays. No bigger fan.
No, I mean they're the reason we did high school football for years because they sponsored. Larry did, I don't know, probably almost 100 games with my father. I probably did 20 or 25 games with Larry. I think the world of the man, and he is everything you want in a booster. He just goes and gets stuff done.
That's it, exactly.
And he supports his team. He doesn't question like coaching decisions. He just goes out there and gets stuff done.
I remember
raises money.
I remember he called the radio station probably 7 years ago, 6, 7 years ago. He said, "Are y'all coming out to do the football game?" And it was the Forest Vanguard game. And we were like, "Yeah." What do you mean that we're doing Forest Vanguard? It's Forest Vanguard. He goes, "Okay, well, here's some things we're going to be doing on the sidelines, and we want to let y'all know if you want to interested in it." You know, he went and rented a inflatable big screen TV to put on in the end zone so replays could be done. They had some student filming the game and everything. I was like, this is a guy who is he's all in for his high school, and you got to love that kind of passion at the high school level. And Larry Fuqua all in, and his brother Rusty God rest him before he passed, both of them all in on high school football.
And not just high school, but he loved MCYFL.
Oh yeah.
And still supports it. So he's the reason we have Vanguard as a powerhouse. He went out and fundraised and got all that new equipment for their weight room. Took them from the 70s right into modern times. And again, I think the world of the Fuquas. So. Yeah,
just solid guys. Those two guys, solid family. Those two guys, solid boosters for, Butnick should bend over backwards for anything the Fuquas want.
Well, that would be impossible.
Well, I know. Believe me, don't get me started on Steve. Don't get me started on him. But, so...
I have to be nice to him this week until he gives me permission.
So 7 o'clock kick, or is it 7:30 kick?
7:30 kick. Vanguard always starts at 7:30. They like to let their crowd show up.
So on the air at 7, kick at 7:30 this Friday night. Bellevue visits Vanguard High School right here on WOCA The Source with Galen Unall and John Ivory on the call. Galen, tell us where the Bloodmobile is today.
Hey, Bloodmobile today. We're actually at the Walmart right there in the Shores, and please come out and see us. We're right at the Walmart, and get out there, give the gift of life, donate blood.
Galen, he joins us every day, brought to you by the good folks at Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, Penn Flooring, and Just Ship. Galen, talk to you tomorrow.
All right, bye all.
We'll be right back after this timeout. You're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.